Alright Phil, what can you tell us about this paddock?
Yeah, well, we're back in the Doyen feed barley again, Jeremy. This is a paddock that's had the full rate of Superior minerals on it. Been on about 4 months before sowing. Very impressed with this crop actually. The grain set in the heads has been phenomenal. We've got a lot of heads in this paddock, sort of 30 to 34 grains in the head. That's fairly phenomenal in anyone's language. 28 grains in the head is a very good crop, even under irrigation. So yeah, this crop's just tumbling along. Just hope we get another rain to finish it off.
That one you got there's
I got 30.
Pretty sort of an average sort of a one through the crop.
Yeah, no, that's about 34 grains in that head there. That's fairly indicative of the crop. It's you can go through and just stick your hand out and grab one of them quite easily.
Okay. So a bit of rain over the next month and we'll be set to fill those heads out and ready to go.
I hope so, even a bit of rain just over the next 2 weeks would probably be enough to finish the job off. So we'll just see how we go. Here's hoping.
Alright Phil, here we are in the paddock. There's the one we're just in over there past the trees. We're over in this one. She's had same drilling time, etc, like we've said in previous videos. What's the seed heads looking like in this one?
Very disappointing. Again, we got same soil test results basically on a Ravensdown test. Yeah, same sowing date, same paddock history, pretty much same everything, same variety, same starter fertiliser. The heads in here, the best head I've been able to get my hands on has only got 26 grains in the head, which is alright, but at the same time this paddock's never tilled, it's just never done as well, and we've chucked an extra 80 kgs a hectare of urea on this paddock to try and get it moving along, and it just hasn't done the job. And he possibly won't be able to see in the video, but the paddock is still very uneven. The urine and dung patches from the heifer grazing that was done 2 weeks before the paddock was ploughed and cultivated are still showing up very prominently, whereas back in the last paddock, which we didn't show in the clip before, unfortunately, that paddock is exceptionally even, and again it was break fed off at about the same time with the dairy cattle. So yeah, I just don't expect this paddock to yield anywhere near as good. Just not as thick, heads aren't as good, and yeah, it's just a bit disappointing when you compare it to the other crops. Yeah,
so you've applied extra nitrogen on this, which is obviously an extra cost to try and even that out from where those urine patches were showing up, and we've also got a whole lot less lack of tillering, so it's obviously going to be behind the 8 ball. The last one you're sort of talking about tillering, you know, some of them there at 18, 19 tillers. This one here sort of averaging sort of 6 or 7.
Yeah, 6, 7 would pull it up.
Yeah, so obviously, even though some of the seed heads aren't a long way behind, still behind, but there's obviously a lot less, so going to hold the yield back once harvest time comes.
Yeah, I'd say so. That's my prediction. I think my prediction is that the previous paddock we're in will do a solid tonne to tonne and a half a hectare better. Yeah,
and yeah, so just following on from what Phil said, both got pH of 6, and this one's actually got a pH of 6.2, which is slightly better. Same phosphate levels, but the difference is the other one's pretty close to balanced, and this one's out. High calcium, low mag, low K, and that's the result.